BSA are launching the B65 Scrambler. Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So, resurgent British manufacturer, well, Indian owned really, they are going to release a Scrambler, a B65 for 2025, mid-2025, let's say June. So one of the questions you've got to ask, well, what do we need to know? What do we even need it, first of all? Is the Scrambler market, the retro Scrambler market, is it kind of saturated? Is it oversaturated? Do people still want these bikes, ride these bikes? You know, has it moved on from the Scrambler era into these kind of other retro bikes? You know, like what the Honda are doing with the CB350, and as I said in a previous video, potentially a CB500 coming out. The road kind of retro bikes as opposed to the sort of Scrambler version. Well, according to BSA, no, they still think there is a market for it. Ducati still think there's a market for it. In fact, many of the other manufacturers still think that a Scrambler is the way to go. And I've got to say, I'm with them as well. I think the Scramblers are kind of timeless. They're so... They just tell you that this bike is for fun riding. That's what it's always shown me. This bike is for fun riding. This is just to go out there, get out there in all weathers, all riding conditions, all sorts of surfaces, and you're going to have a bit of fun. BSA, I thought, you know what, we're going to have a bit of that. We're going to tap into that market share as well. Now, BSA returned in 2022 with their Goldstar, and yeah, to much plaudits, and everybody was waiting for a long time for the Goldstar to be officially available. And then there was also talk and rumours of other bikes in the offing, and this Scrambler off-road version was in the offing. I think they had a mock-up of one a couple of years ago too. So this B65 is still the same engine, a single-cylinder 652 cc's with around about 44 brake horsepower. And it does appear that the frame, whilst it's still tubular, has been modified slightly to kind of make it look like a Scrambler, right? Now the wheels on this B65 are 19-inch front and 17-inch rear, and they basically got chunky tires on there, Scrambler tires on there as well. Also, the manufacturers are still coming out with the Scramblers, let's say the Ducatis. One of the biggest players that could be in this market, in this segment, are Royal Enfield, and they've just released their Bear 650, which will be coming out soon. Will BSA be able to compete? Now they've got to compete on price. You know, it's got to be in the region of about £6,000 to £7,000, something like that. They've got to compete on that, because if it comes in at, let's say, £8,000 or £9,000 or £10,000, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work on price. So they have to do that. They have to match the likes of Royal Enfield. Now, can they do that? That's the other thing. Can they do that? I'm not so sure they can. They might only be selling to a very small market. It might only be here for the UK. It might only be for very small markets around Europe, maybe possibly going into the United States, maybe going back to India as well with a very, very small market share. But it looks like a really nice bike. But I do question, is a Scrambler the way to go for BSA? Now, it could be. I could be way off base. I just got a sneaking feeling that they may have made a mistake here. They may have made something that isn't quite right. Now, what I do like from Royal Enfield is, I made a video about it recently, is that they've kind of uprated the Scram into a 440 Scram. And it's a kind of a on-road, off-road, trials-inspired bike as well, if you like that. And it's kind of Scrambler-esque in many ways. Or certainly old-time Scramblers as well. But more for me, it's more like trial riding, a heavy bike, no doubt. So I think actually what they should have done, instead of having the Scrambler look, they probably should have gone something like that. That would have been something different. Or come out with a B65S or a B65T, one for Scrambler, one for trials. Now, they may indeed do that. They may indeed do that. But if they don't hit this right, it could be a bit of a mess here for me. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But the pictures look great. In person, it looks great. But in terms of practicality, in terms of it being a seller, in terms of it being attractive in price, we'll have to wait and see. It really depends where they hit the market with this, say next year, June next year. Apparently, all will be revealed in January, February time. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But BSA are coming with a Scrambler, the B65. Let us know your thoughts. If you like what I do here, just keep on watching the videos and I'll catch you again. Bye now.